Crispus Attucks High School opened on September 12, 1927, and challenges poured in with the students. The school had been built for 1,000, about 200 more than the total black enrollment in the city's other high schools. 1,350 showed up. Among them was a 15-year-old sophomore named Doris Rutledge.
I was excited.
Scared?
Yes, sort of.
There were probably 300 or 400 students who came who were not expected, but who just came out of the woodwork.
Others had no intention of coming. Maxine Stanley's father, who was enrolled at Manual, was among 24 black students who went to their old high schools only to learn they were no longer welcome.
He said, but this is my school. He said, not anymore. And said, we will use physical force if you don't turn around and leave. They said the nigger and all that, you know, go to the black school, go with the rest of the coons, all of that stuff. Yeah.
At Attucks, students found a first-rate building and second- or third-hand materials. Science equipment, band instruments, athletic uniforms, all were hand-me-downs, if that.
We weren't given anything. We weren't given athletic equipment. We'd have to go around and beg. Maybe go to Butler or some of these colleges and get their cast off. You were actually ashamed when a team appeared on the field.
Noel sat down for none of it.
And the first morning of the school, I asked the school board to come out there. I wanted them to hear what I had to say. That anything less than the best that Indiana can afford wasn't good enough for Attucks High School. And I said, we don't have a college high school here. We have a high school.
When the chairs, the beautiful new auditorium chairs, were ordered for the new Attucks High School, they took them to Shortridge and pulled the old ones out of Shortridge to take to Attucks. And my dad physically stood across the door with his arms stretched out, said, don't bring those in here, take them back and bring us our new ones.
He not only wanted Attucks to succeed, he wanted Attucks to be superior. And that's where he ran into a great deal of trouble with the school board.
With the white public, too. Death threats were routine at the Noel house. Friends stood guard overnight with shotguns. His young children were guarded going to school.
Well, I know that one time they broke into our house at night in there on Highland Place, and Dad stood at the head of the stairs with his gun, and we all stood, Mama had us kids standing back in the bedroom holding on to us, and Dad yelled down, if you travel these stairs, I'll shoot, and whoever it was took off.
With the Attucks students and teachers, Noel ran the strictest of ships. The first school motto came right from the top: labor conquers all. No silliness, no dances, no pep rallies. This would be a college prep school, all about work.
But you see, my dad had values and the like, and he couldn't, maybe I shouldn't say this in an interview, but my dad was not very sympathetic with people who believed other than he believed. And so he needed control. And I think that was the reason that he finally had to leave Attucks.
Historians of the school believe it took such an unbending hand to keep Attucks afloat amid the challenges and slights of the time. Prime example, Noel had to watch his very first graduates receive their diplomas from the president of the so-called Klan School Board.
In my mind, the success of the Crispus Attucks students, especially the first couple of classes, was an act of resistance by the African-American community. It was an act of resistance. It was an act of, we will defy your expectations.
Yet Noel defiance likely cost him his job. After just 3 years at Attucks, Noel had gained the enmity of both the school board and some teachers and parents, the latter for being too demanding. He would work for 20 more years in Indianapolis public schools, most as principal at grade school number 4. But according to his children, he left his heart at Attucks.
It knocked a big hole in his spirit, and it stayed with him the rest of his life.